Hey everyone, today I am going to go over multiplying polynomials with you. We've added, we've subtracted, now we need to multiply. So, you ready? I bet you are. Let's go. So multiplying monomial by monomial. So if you remember your vocabulary terms, that just simply means multiplying one term by another term. It's different than adding and subtracting. So when we added and subtracted, it was really important that those terms have the exact same variable and raised to the exact same power. That is not going to be the case when we are multiplying. They should have the same variable, like a and a or b and b, but they don't have to be raised to the same power. So when we look at some of the examples, you will see what I mean. They'll have the same variable, but they're not going to need to have the same power. So if you remember, when we are looking at our laws of exponents and we're multiplying those variables, as SpongeBob is remembering us, keep the base and the exponent the same. So you're going to keep the base the same and add the exponents. So keep the base, add the exponents. Fun fact, that was my favorite SpongeBob episode ever, when he goes, imagination, and he's playing in a cardboard box. If you've ever seen it, it is my favorite. So example. We have 6y cubed times 3y to the fifth power. So if you look there, I have, I color coded this. So I have the coefficients in purple and the variable, the part of the term that is the variable in pink. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to group the like bases together, meaning 6 and 3 can be grouped together because they're just coefficients, which makes they're like, and then the y values can get combined together or grouped together because they are also like, because they have that y base. And then we just multiply. 18 is from 6 times 3, and y to the 8th power is y cubed times y to the 5th power. If you remember back, those law of exponents, we're multiplying, keep the base, add the exponents. So 3 plus 5 is 8, which is where we get the 8 from. Let's do another one for good practice. So negative 2a cubed times negative 3a to the 4th power. So when we're looking at this problem, again, we're going to group the factors that have the same base. So negative 2 and negative 3 get grouped together because those two can be multiplied. And then a cubed and a to the 4th power are going to get grouped together because those two can be multiplied. So when we do the multiplication, negative 2 times negative 3, remember a negative and a negative is a positive. That becomes 6, and it's going to be 6a to the 7th power. Again, 3 plus 4 makes 7. That's where the 7 is coming from. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper, and let's look at what happens when we take and we multiply a binomial by a monomial. Let's see what happens. So to do this, we're going to use the distributive property. Oh my gosh, we've already done distributive property. Like, you guys are going to get this, no problem, right? It's going to be easy peasy. So, Forrest came in a little bit early. He was supposed to come in right here because it says, Mom always said, don't forget to distribute the negative. In this question, we have a negative that we're going to get distributed. That negative 4 is going to get distributed right here. So when we distribute, we can't forget it. So distribute the negative 4. That's when Forrest was supposed to come in. He came in a little bit early. So unprofessional. But so negative 4 is going to get distributed to the first term in the parentheses, and then it's going to get distributed to the second term, just like when we did the distributive property, the same principle. So negative 4 times 3x squared plus negative 4 times 4x. We're going to now multiply. So when we multiply, negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And then we have just x squared at the end because there's nothing else with the x squared. And then negative 4 times 4 is a negative 16, which is why it just says negative 16 here, and then just the x at the end. And another one. Let's multiply some more. Ooh, there's a lot going on here, but we can still do this. 6pq times 2p minus q. So I need to distribute what is on the outside of the parentheses to the inside. Notice it's not just like a number, but it's a term that has a coefficient and some variables. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to distribute 6pq to 2p and then to the negative q or the minus q. So it's going to get distributed to both of those. So what that looks like is this. So we have this multiplication problem, 2p cubed times 2p, and then we'll have this multiplication problem, 6p cubed times negative q. Group the like bases together. Now, this is where it can get a little bit hairy. Notice my like bases. So I can say 2 and 6 are like because they're both just numbers. And then this p and this p are going to get grouped together because they both are the letter p. But then I have q, and it's not going to get grouped with anything. And over here, I have 6. Remember, there's an invisible 1 that's here. So 6 is going to get grouped with negative 1. P, there's no p over here, so it's not going to get grouped with anything. But then this q is going to get grouped with this q. And voila, that is exactly what I was just saying. So notice 6 times 2, p times q, and then 6 times negative 1, the p, and then q times q. Notice that negative sign follows this 1 and not the q because there is that invisible shy 1 that's there. So now I have these multiplication problems that I need to complete in order to simplify. So I'm going to do that, multiply. So 6 times 2 is 12. P times p is p squared. Remember, there's invisible 1s in those exponents. So it's not just p, it is p to the first power times p to the first power. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That's where that 2 is coming from. And then q. And then 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, hence this right here. P by himself. And then q times q, same thing like over here. It's going to be q squared because it's q to the first power times q to the first power. Way to go. Now you need to go into Schoology and you need to complete the next assignment on practicing with multiplying with binomials. Good luck. See you soon. Bye.